Although both the Stalker and the Fallout series are post-apocalyptic first-person open-world games, there are a lot of differences between them. While Fallout's main focus is on role-playing and world-building, Stalker's main focus is on survival and realism. Today I am going to try turning Fallout New Vegas into Stalker with the help of some mods. So without further delay, let's get started. Let's start with general things like the HUD or the game world. Now I could not find any Stalker-inspired HUD mod for New Vegas. So I used the Exodus preset of MUX series interface overhaul, which I thought was inspired by the Metro Exodus HUD. I was trying to get Metro HUD because those two franchises have a lot in common. But then when I went to check Metro Exodus after recording, I found out that the game doesn't even use a HUD most of the time. So in short, I kinda got bamboozled. So you can either use whatever you want or stick to the vanilla game HUD. I always felt like Stalker had a bit more foliage than Fallout. That is why I am using Regrowth NV 2.0. It doesn't look like Stalker completely, but some places definitely look like that. Of course, it has its problems. Some of the billboards represent real-life brands which are pretty immersion-breaking, and some of the buildings only exist in LOD. As you can see, this building is completely in front of me, but when I come close, it disappears. Let's now overhaul the clothing of your courier to make him look like a Stalker character. For this, I recommend using the Stalker and Metro 2033 Armor Pack. This mod adds almost all of the armor from the Stalker games. This contains both heavy and light armor with all their color variations. The mod also contains all of the helmets and even contain all of the backpacks. But as you can see, these armor look pretty flat and doesn't really fit into New Vegas that well. This is why I recommend these next three mods. They may not look completely like Stalker armor, but still they represent the Stalker style while looking good. The first one is Juice Armory. This mod adds a few military armor into the game. These come in various colors and also a few varying styles. For gas masks, I recommend Gas Masks of the World mod. This mod adds various types of gas masks of various degrees. Some are grounded while some are futuristic. For backpacks, I recommend Canvas Backpacks. This mod adds backpacks for every single faction in the game. These do look kinda goofy, but if you don't like them, you can always use the backpacks from the Stalker Armor Pack mod. In Stalker, the main character uses a PDA instead of a Pip-Boy. There are no PDA mods for New Vegas, so I got the next best thing. The handheld Pip-Boy does kinda look like a PDA. I am specifically using the Enclave Pip-Boy in this video as it has a relatively modern look. The Pip-Boy flashlight barely lights up the environment and is also very static. This is why I recommend Flashlight NVSE. This mod adds a few dynamic flashlights into the game. These can be either flashlight belts, headband flashlights, or even an actual handheld flashlight. This mod makes the environment pretty atmospheric and also a lot creepy, just like Stalker. This mod is also very customizable with a lot of options that you can play around with in the mod configuration menu, from color, battery usage, intensity, and more. Stalker is of course known for its satisfying and realistic gunplay. Stalker Weapons Pack adds a few weapons from the Stalker games along with a few weapon attachments. This mod is pretty old and thus doesn't have any custom animations. However, you can use FNV clean animations with this mod to make the animations look a tad bit better. As for how the weapons actually feel, well, they feel pretty nice with crunchy sounds and quick kill times. Although the quick kill times are because of a different mod that I will get into in a minute. But if you like something more polished, then I will recommend Weapons of New Millennia. This mod also adds high-quality real-life weapons into the game, but these do not have the issues the Stalker Weapons Pack has. But what if you want to use the vanilla weapons? The vanilla weapons have very weak sound effects, and don't really merge well with these modded weapons. All Weapons Sound Overhaul Modern Edition adds realistic sound effects for all of the weapons in the game. These sound effects are much better and make the guns feel more powerful. But what is the point of having new weapons and good sound effects if they take ages to kill a single enemy? This is why I recommend using realistic weapon damage. This mod bumps up the damage of the weapons significantly, which results in quick, intense gunfights just like Stalker. This incentivizes using cover or just stay out of sight. For example, in normal circumstances, I will just go to Mojave Outpost and start blasting. But with this mod on, I went around the mountain next to it and took them out with my anti-material rifle. With armor and weapons out of the way, let's now focus on many gameplay mechanics of the game. Aid add-in adds many new aid items into the game. From antiseptics to bandages, this mod has you covered. Some of these new aid items are very useful, like the combat stim, which not only recovers your health, but also makes you more efficient in combat. This mod also rebalances many of the vanilla aid items to make them more useful. I will also recommend using the aid add-on B42 inject patch that animates many of these new aid items, which helps in immersion. S.T.A.L.K.E.R vodka makes vodka reduce your radiation upon consuming, just like it does in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games. Radiation visuals add artifacts to your screen and also blurs your screen when in a radiated area. The screen effect increases gradually with increasing radiation. I do prefer the noise effect from S.T.A.L.K.E.R and think it fits the radiation effect a bit more than these screen artifacts, but I couldn't really find any mods that add that particular effect. Radiation Actually Dangerous mod makes radiation actually a thing to be concerned about. The mechanic is similar to Fallout 4 though. The more radiated you get, the less your health gets, as indicated by these red health points. I also recommend turning off all of the hand-holding mechanics such as hit indicators, hit markers, VATs, floating quest markers, weapon wheel, bullet time, etc. I will also recommend you use the no fast travel mod. Now if you try to fast travel, then you get this cute little message in your screen and have to travel the whole world by foot. I will also recommend using some kind of sprint mod, but I think almost everyone does in 2024 anyway. B42 True Leaning adds contextual leaning into the game. What that means is if you try aiming from a corner of a wall, then you will automatically lean. This is a very well made and accessible leaning mod, especially for people with controllers. Now the contextual leaning doesn't work well all the time, but it's fine most of the time. Of course you still have your trusty manual lean using Q and E. At last, I will end with 2 quest and location mods. In S.T.A.L.K.E.R, many NPCs give you mercenary jobs with simple objectives. New Vegas bounty boards add bounty boards at various settlements throughout the world, which add similar simple quests. These range from simple investigation missions to go here kill enemies types of quests. One of them is a treasure hunt quest from none other than Giga Chad No Bark. This mod sees you traveling to a few places in search for the treasure. Ultimately, the treasure was underwhelming, but as you all know, the real treasure was the friends we made along the way. Along with quests, S.T.A.L.K.E.R games also have many locations such as tunnels, old bunkers, and shacks. A World of Pain adds similar tunnels, bunkers, and old buildings along with new quests and NPCs. These locations are often pitch dark and are filled with challenging enemies. This mod also modifies some of the underwhelming vanilla dungeons to make them stand out a bit more. And with that, I end this video. There aren't many mods that actually added S.T.A.L.K.E.R stuff in New Vegas, so I had to stick with mods that added similar things. I hope you liked this video. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.